Hey, this shit wavy.
some gas on me. gas, you need some gas on.
Who was your match after that?
After that was Garry Tonon. That was a good one.
I have a dream. Please get ready on the man number 2.
That fight, well, that fight was pretty special for me, you know, because I didn't know who the guy was. I thought it was gonna be an easy match. You know, my first match was easy, so I went into the match knowing that I could win. You know, knowing that I should win. This guy, I've been doing really well against top level guys, and I see this guy who nobody sees. It's always easy to underestimate, you know, to somebody you've never seen before. So I went to fight him, and I instantly got his back. Was mounted on him, and I instantly, when I was mounted on him, he was kind of giving me the arm, and I kind of thought it was a little suspicious how he was just giving me the arm, and I was like, well, I kind of stayed on mount a little bit, didn't go for it, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for his arm. I'm not gonna, what am I gonna sit here and mount for the rest? So I went for his arm, and as soon as I went for his arm, I could feel his defense was good, and I could feel, I was like, fuck, this guy has a good defense. So I was like going for his arm, and he's kind of getting out, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm like going, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have gone for his arm. And then I'm going, and then it gets out. It gets out, and then it points start. Does some weird trick and gets my back and locks it, and I'm like, dude, this is like a nightmare. I'm like, how did I go from winning, everything was perfect, and now I'm losing, and the mount and everything never counted. All those points I should have gotten never counted because there was no points. This is like a nightmare. I'm gonna lose because the rules are set up this way. And I was like, there is no way I'm losing this match. I was like, there is no way I'm losing to this guy who I've never heard of. So much thing built up to that day, and I was just not gonna give up. I was gonna give it everything I had until I could not, until the time ran out. I did not accept the fact that I was gonna lose that match. Finally got out, and when I got out, I looked over at my dad and I was like, how much time is left? And he goes, 1 minute. But he looked at me and he was like, and I could read his mind. I know my dad so well. He was like, you stupid motherfucker, how could you lose this match? I can't believe you, fucking idiot. Like, I could read his mind, that's what he said. And I was like, in my mind, I had been doing a lot of 1 minute drills, so I knew that I could make a lot happen in 1 minute. So I was like, 1 minute, all right, I got it. And I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm thinking to myself, to my dad, I'm like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, I got it. And I instantly, 1 minute left, I kind of went, I passed his guard, got his back, and I thought it was 3-3. When I got his back, I thought we had tied. And I looked over and it was 6-3, and I was like, what? How did he get 6 points? Because he had switched the hook, and he had gotten an extra 3 points. And I was like, fuck. So then I'm like, okay, now. So I'm like, I didn't even think in my mind. Everybody was telling me after, why didn't you just take out the hook and put it again? I didn't even think about it, to tell you the truth. I was like, I have to submit him. I was like, I didn't even think to get more points. I was like, fuck, I gotta get him or I'm gonna lose. So I'm getting, and I'm like pulling his face, and I finally get the choke. I'm like, I'm not gonna give up. I hope the time doesn't run out. And I knew time was ticking, and I get it, and I start squeezing, and I'm just hoping, that time didn't run out before he tapped or went to sleep. And then he tapped, and I looked at the ref, everything was still going, and I was like, whew, and he was like, that was right there for me was the best moment, one of my best moments of my life. You know, that was not only a moment of to realize when you sacrifice, when you work hard for something, magic happens, you know, like there was no jiu-jitsu that can teach you that, you know.
Depo on the beat.
competitions that I'm doing and the way that I teach my students, everything is geared towards creating the opportunity for submission. It's not. This is how, we make jiu-jitsu an entertaining sport where people want to come and watch. They're excited to be here. They're excited to see the matches, all right? Everything ends in submission. And then the other thing is just the progression of jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, 'cause I blessed you.